Hello. And welcome back to the channel. Mein Name ist Viggy. And ich mache Live-Videos. Mostly of Yiddish. Before we start the antige video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. It helps me and the channel out tremendously, so thank you for that. Alright. Ook het, du bist darauf auf dem Channel. Kannst du werden ein Member? Du schicken eine Quick Pay, schicken sie viggivibes@gmail. Oder kannst du geben bei buymeacoffee/viggivibes. So helft dat aus. Tremendously. Ich habe gewollt aan te reviewen. Dat is niet meer een paar minuten. Ik wil reviewen how an Amish girl found her way to the Orthodox Judaism. But es geht mal ein paar Minuten, bis du checkt daran. Sind no problems. Wieso ihr C80 sucht. Sind no problem. Menucha magazine.
Hello and welcome. Oops, wrong button.
How are you? How's it going? Hello and welcome. If I remember correctly, so haben wir doch schon gesehen, du. So haben wir doch schon einmal gehabt, du, of the the chat, right? In anywho, wieso gewesen an Tag? Wieso ist noch dann Tag? So sieht man sagen. Sag mal gericht der Seiger. Ist alles also, burig moischet. Wungen wir ein paar Minuten spät, weil ich habe gedacht, endigen mit, what's his name? Ich habe gemacht die Parsche-Sache mit Mattes. Avada. Nice. Sommerlieb Avada. Der letzte Putek, der Subscriber-Count, gegangen von 5 auf, 2 auf, 3 auf, 5 zurück auf, 1 auf, 1 auf, eine ganze Zeit. Boss Nation, GGT Nacht. How you doing? How was your day? Ooh, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, how was your day? How are you? Sind wir nun einmal wieder 7:15 in 5 Minuten. But Brooklyn, how was your day? Boss Nation. How was the boss's day today? Wir haben gerund a Tropkele spät. Weil ich habe gedacht, finishen mit Mattes. The Weekly Sheet. Yankee T. How you doing? How you be? Bist du gewesen an Tag? Nicht schlecht. Okay. Amazing day, BH. Good for you. Good for you. And mine? It was unexpectedly good. Meaning, like, sie gave a hand confirmed 99% mit someone. Sie machen a Schmies, which is very interesting. Now, sag mal, du, was gibt daraus in the left field? And I'm like, what? Like, Buttons fragt man nicht Kasches. So, hopefully hat es geschehen nächste Woche. Bitcoin 92. Bitcoin hat gehalten Hand. Sind nicht gegangen in der 89. So gegeben mal kleine Dumpel. Tesla 401. 399 off market. Okay. Gold 4,000. Okay. I will get my check. Who is it? I will send you questions. Look, ich will nicht sagen, wer es ist, just because of the pressure, meaning as if it doesn't work out. So I don't want to be like, oh, guy hoben Moshe, noch der Moshe nicht umgekommen. But, I'm happy you had a good day. Thank you, Boss Nation. Yeah. Today seems like a very, very long day, to be honest. I'm trying to think back. Yes, this morning feels like yesterday. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, huh? Ich habe a rule, Boss Nation, als ich suche nicht wert. How do I tell my wife how good supper was? Like that. Du sagst, Chani, it was amazing. Don't overlie. Don't overdo it. Like, don't overcompensate. It was amazing. It was the best. No, be real. Zug, the supper was amazing. Thank you so much for not allowing the effort. She's actually hearing this. Yankee T's wife. Supper was amazing. Esper Yankee. That sounds loaded. All right. But supper was amazing. Und er sagt, man darf wissen, dass er geht daran Effort in Koyach. Der Taste ist schon die nächste Sache. Aber der keinen Sinn gehabt. You know? Yankee, jetzt ist noch alles exciting. Jetzt will man noch sagen thank you. Man darf sagen thank you, auch viele, wenn man will nicht. Später on, you know? Mach dich als Simon. Sie sagen thank you and you're welcome. Ich kann euch fahren in den Sinn hoben. Brooklyn ist mehr für a serious mensch, you know? What's again for supper? Well, you're funny. Thank you, Yankee T's wife. Overgedenk correct, this is STT. Hab actually a T. So, l'chaim ST. But nice. Okay, it's 7:15. Jetzt kann man unheimlich do the, hold on. Jetzt kann man unheimlich do the Living L'chaim hat gehad a Amish girl, how an Amish girl found her way to Orthodox Judaism. Ich darf sagen, als, ich habe gehört ein Stückel davon, meaning the snippets, und sie sagt, dass ich will schnell sagen dort.
Doing this for 5 years, and genuinely, this is the most excited podcast that I've ever done. How in the world did an Amish girl get to a Orthodox frum community?
When I was 16, we moved to the Amish community. I like the idea.
Oh, das ist ja der Point. Sie nicht aufgewachsen in Amish Community. Ich weiß, Menschen haben mir schon gesagt, dass sie Tate gewesen sei reserved and stuff. Yes, but the idea of in change has been entered in her mind. You know? Pinchas Ungar. Hello and welcome. You're officially doing couple session now. Yes, Pinchas. We fix 2 people at once.
Going and living where you don't have to drive cars, and where there's no running water, no electricity, no heat, no air conditioning.
Brianna Leapley grew up in a pretty sheltered home, and at a young age, her entire family officially became Amish.
You see what I'm saying? Sie sind geworden officially Amish. Meaning, sie sind nicht gewesen Amish. So that's already an idea in Cup.
No electricity, no machines, no phones. Cut off from the world we all know. Years later, she wildly found
Thank
her
you,
faith,
Brooklyn.
Orthodox Judaism, but it came at a cost. She had to leave her community, her parents, the only world she knew.
Doe het. Even a dog. Even a dog.
What's your first day like in Amishville?
For us children, it
Okay, gaan alsjeblieft de beginning Sachen. Ich will watchen die ganze Sache. Und die Gläser. I guess nicht so wichtig. Okay, let's go.
That this is the first podcast you've ever done.
absolutely, 100%. Never done anything like this before.
Okay. So we'll
But sie hat the Amish look.
take it slow. I've been doing this for 5 years, and genuinely, this is the most. I don't say the most, maybe top 3 excited podcasts that I've ever done. No pressure. I know we were talking before, and you feel like
But auch, sie lacht also openly. Es ist nicht kein jiddische Tray. Jiddische Meidl ist auch mehr angezoomt.
story's not so crazy or
Doe
whatever.
het, how was your day?
It is what it is. But take us through it. How in the world did an Amish girl get to a Orthodox from community?
Well, the short answer is on a Greyhound bus.
Thank you
All
for
through the
listening to this
night and all through
podcast.
the
That's
day.
it. That's it. We have no questions. Okay, fine. So take us through the long story of it.
You want from the beginning, from when I was born? Or?
Yeah, usually, yes.
Yeah, take us
Yeah.
through. And also, like, I personally don't know so much about the Amish world, and I know as like a Orthodox Jew, you know, we're compared to Amish here and there, although
No,
major differences.
nicht die. The Hasidim, because they have the same rekel in days. Nicht.
So I kind of want to go through it. Yeah.
Okay. So to start with, I wasn't raised Amish to begin with. Like my
There you
parents
go.
were regular Christians. Their parents, they're like Baptists, you know,
Exactly.
regular Americans. That's how they grew up. I was born in Rhode Island. My dad was in the Navy, and all through till I was like 7, he was in the Navy. I have 6 younger siblings. They were all born somewhere between, like in 9 years. We all kind of grew up together. When I was young,
Sie lacht also. In der Hasidische Welt ist das normal. So.
we moved up and down the East Coast because Dad was in the Navy. You know, we different houses. We kept moving all the time. Like being 3 years in a house, that was a long time for us.
Oh wow.
So then when
Okay, it's a regular military family. In the military, riekt me zich als ach.
I was like 7, his time in the Navy.
Hey, Gärtner. Hello and welcome. How was your day?
All through this time, like my parents became more and more conservative. Like we were always homeschooled as children. Basically, our childhood was being taught by mom at home and playing in the backyard with each other. Like we weren't exposed to a lot of like TV and movies. Like we didn't know about Disney. Like it wasn't part of our lives.
Like a very sheltered childhood.
Very sheltered, like really, really sheltered. Not as much when we were little as when we became older, but really from the start, like we were always sheltered. And as my parents, like, as it progressed, like they just got more and more conservative. Like my mom started covering her hair. She's put us girls in dresses. Like we looked more and more different from the rest of the world around us. And
But let's keep in mind, dass sie hat mitgehalten, der change. Was macht ein riesiger Gillig?
especially once they start having more children, like 2 children, okay, that's like regular American family. Once you have 3, then it's big. Once you have 4, it's like, oh my goodness, what's going on? So like they became more and more isolated from the regular world. Just
Was something happening? Were they like following a certain kind of preacher, or just naturally they were?
they're seekers. Like they want to understand what God wants them to do, and they've always been seekers. And I can't speak for them. I can't tell their story. It's their story. I can tell how their story affected me,
Sure.
but I can't really say.
That's
I can't really say, like, I don't want to speak for them. It's their story to tell. But when we got to Pennsylvania, they started becoming more interested in like some Jewish traditions, not because they wanted to convert. Like they're
Okay. Mein point, wenn ich sag, in der alle Sachen, ist just sie wegnehmen, als sie gegangen von 0 zu all the way. No, your parents haben schon hingebringt, the values.
totally Christians. They're totally happy being Christians. It's what they believe. But there were things about some of the Jewish traditions that spoke to them. So they started, like lighting candles Friday evening, having a Pesach Seder, building a sukkah, lighting Hanukkah candles, as children dressed up on Purim,
So I guess Aziyat is getting into the next level, which is understandable.
different things that they wanted to integrate into our family. And I don't know. For me, it was like
Ga maken,
almost
ga maken the speed 1.25, so mechanics judging body language, just letting you know.
almost like they threw a match on a bonfire that was inside me, just waiting to be lit. Like I was obsessed with it. Like I loved it. Everything that had to do with being Jewish or with Israel or anything, like it meant so much to me. Like I remember as a kid, a 7-year-old, like I'd go to my mom in tears, like, Mom, we have to be Jewish. Like I have to be Jewish. There's no way that I can't be Jewish. Don't we have any Jewish blood anywhere? Like we have to. And they looked and we didn't have. Like, and I wanted to go to Israel so bad. My mom made me a toy passport. Like she took regular paper, put blue construction paper over top of it. She drew a visa in it, like fake stamp for Israel. It was like my treasured possession. That and my Tanakh, because my dad taught me to read Hebrew as a kid.
Wow. Okay. So there's even nog of. Daft er even dem taten. Weer de taten.
I've been reading Hebrew since I was 7. Like not a tremendous amount, but like I knew when I came to Brooklyn, like I knew how to pick up a siddur and read the words that were in it.
Wow, meer van zag mensen met mij ken.
Oh,
I didn't know all the words,
right?
But I could
Just like most of us.
read it. Like I could sound it out.
Yeah, I'm interrupting. I apologize, but I have a trillion questions. The fact that your parents were like bringing on the Jewish customs was. Did you ever hear it from the outside sources, maybe other family or friends that like explaining or finding it weird, or maybe from within your family, like what's going on over here? Like this is not necessarily the norm, at least for that culture.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the norm, but also gotta remember, like I was a 7-year-old kid. Like I wasn't like what other people were saying wasn't affecting me so much. I didn't care.
Yeah, what I guess what
like,
they're doing to you was like, this is life. This is normal.
Like I enjoyed it. Like yeah, when you're a kid, you only pick up on a certain amount of stuff, like whatever. You're not necessarily seeing as big of a picture as you see when you're an adult.
Right. Okay, I interrupted you. So okay, you had this treasured passport that your mother made you.
That and my Tanakh, and I learned Hebrew, and like I was obsessed. Like the hill in our backyard, I named it Mount Zion.
Oh,
like
gosh.
I was like, when you think of a kid who has a dream, like I wanted to be Jewish. I wanted to go to Israel, and then we moved from Pennsylvania. We went to Tennessee. The last of my siblings were born in Tennessee. And we kept, my parents kept celebrating Jewish traditions, like to some extent, like definitely not everything at all, but like whatever spoke to them.
Für wie zij gewist, die alle Sachen? I think that's a very important question. Für wie zo'n tata, für wie het eerst genommen?
Until I was 14, so from like 7 to 14. And when I was 14, they decided that they were going to start visiting an Amish community and see if we could move there. Because, like by that time we were so isolated. We were on like our own little family island. We didn't have a whole lot of friends. We didn't really have fellowship. We were all alone. Like I said, homeschooled, playing in the backyard with my siblings. Like that was growing up. And it was a great childhood. Really. It really was. But they wanted to have more of a community. So they were looking to see like where
Communities are important.
Where can we go where we can actually have friends.
Wegen dem, wenn einer sagt, oh, sie gefällt dir nicht, geh raus in der Community, ist es nicht so gering, wie man sagt, weil man trefft nicht nach der Community. Und wegen dem lingert man arim der alte Community, because that's what you know. Sally, hello and welcome. How was your day?
People we can fellowship with. And they thought Amish might be the answer because they liked the plain lifestyle. They liked a lot of the values, and they started looking into that.
So funny as sind nicht gegangen von Pennsylvania mehr Yiddish. Why did they go back mehr Amish?
And for me, on the one hand, I was a teenager and I wanted to belong myself too. Like I liked the idea of having a community where
belonging
I felt like I
is
could
important.
belong. I'd always wanted to feel like
A part of something, yes.
Like, growing up, like I grew up feeling alone a lot, which was it was
lonely.
mostly because of who I am. Like personality or whatever. But
Actually,
it was like I always
Dan
wanted
Ziegler,
friends, and so the
hello and
idea of
welcome.
possibly having friends was a nice idea. And also, like I didn't enjoy technology growing up either. So like I was an outdoor girl. Like I'd spend hours outside watching birds or writing or drawing or whatever. So the idea of going to a farm and living without electricity, like to me it was like, this is like so great. This is so awesome. Like this is like, I want this. I don't want to live in a world where there's so much technology. Like I like the idea of going and living where you don't have to drive cars and where there's no running water and where there's no electricity, no heat, no air conditioning. Yeah, like it was appealing to me.
To me, that sounds fun for like a day, but like for life, oh my god, I'm not an outdoors kind of person, as you could tell. Okay, so you're excited about it.
I was excited, and I realized that when we moved, we'd have to stop keeping Jewish traditions. I realized that, but I decided, like I made myself believe, okay, I don't care, because I wanted to move. Like I wanted to belong. I wanted to live without technology. So I decided, you know what? I don't care. Like I'll forget about it. I'll make myself forget. Like it's okay. It doesn't bother me, type of thing.
Yeah, Hershey. Watching birds is a zach. It's a thing.
So we moved when I was 16. We moved to the Amish community.
Birds might not tweeten.
Year is this?
This was winter of 2017.
Okay.
Was when we moved.
And where is this the community located?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay.
Kentucky, just over the border from Tennessee, out in the middle of nowhere. Like if you don't know about, like you would never hear about it. Like people tend to ask me, like, how is there Amish in Kentucky? Like we thought there was Amish in Pennsylvania. There's Amish in Ohio. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of Amish in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of Amish in Ohio. But there's Amish communities all over the place. You just don't necessarily.
A viele in der Amish communities zertaut man sich, man muss da weg, sie schlugen sich. Ich habe mal gewatcht ein Video, wie einer, will sein 100% Amish, hat weggemoved, weil sein ganze Eulem dort haben sie geschlugen zu the Schleikers, the suspenders gehen in Tapf in the Häusen oder inside the Häusen. It's again a huge fight, and he moved away. He was like, that's not possible, and he moved. But noch halt Amish. GYG. Hello and welcome. Good afternoon. How was your day?
About them. There's not so many, and most of them aren't like big tourist attractions like the ones in Pennsylvania, where it's a lot of tourism.
Okay, so you go to Kentucky. Mm-hmm. What's your first day like in Amishville?
Their question would make more sense as if you're going connected with the internet and you're going a regular meidel, but you're not a regular meidel, so it should be kind of normal.
Adventuresome, like it was fun for us children. It was more fun than like it was an adjustment, but it wasn't like so.
No. Maybe.
Who knows?
Matthew. Hello and welcome.
Hard for our parents. It was a really big adjustment. Like they're in their 40s. They were used to living a certain way, and to totally, like my dad, after working in the Navy, he worked in a nuclear power plant as an instructor. Like he literally taught the guys who were operating the reactor to make electricity. And he went from that to being an Amish farmer living without electricity. Like, can you imagine? Like, it's such a huge switch. It was hard. It was very hard.
Sie hat aber nicht der jiddische, again, wo sind sie mit sie gewohnt?
And so there was stress.
Sie nicht negative. Just saying.
Honestly, I don't know how they did it, because they were under so much stress. It was a really hard move for them to make. And there was a lot of culture shock, like, because it is a different culture. Amish, like, they think differently than Americans. And, like, English isn't even their first language. Pennsylvania Dutch is, which my siblings and I learned. I can speak Pennsylvania Dutch, but my parents never learned.
Can you give me an example of how it sounds? Say...
Zugepas. Ken Spanish? Zugepas.
This cup is yellow.
Viggy, I feel she's the one for me. Brooklyn, if you feel it's the one for me...
Then who am I to say no?
Brooklyn.
It's still a couple of skill.
Okay, cool. And that will, and the people in those communities, they speak. That's what they speak,
yes.
Or not necessarily. Like in your community.
Yeah, they speak it. It's like there's variations between different communities. But yeah, like they speak it, and there's a lot of English words that get mixed in. It's not really a complete language anymore, and
Also wie Yiddish.
It's also not a written language, which makes it a little difficult to learn. What I was determined.
Sie sound sehr a kliege meidel, en auch het sehr because you get homeschooled, hat sie nicht kein issue mit lernen Sachen. You know what I mean? It seems like, man darf sich lernen Pennsylvania Dutch. There you go. Darf sich lernen nuclear. There you go.
To learn it. So I asked a girl in the community if she could help me. And what we did was I wrote down English words And then she would write down the Pennsylvania Dutch translations underneath it based on how it sounds. Like she wrote it out the way it sounds and quizzed me on the pronunciation until she was sure that I was understanding the pronunciation right. And that was how I learned it. Like I just memorized a sheet of words, brought it home, and taught my siblings. And that was how we learned.
She's a leader type. Ken zei van was ik geworden naïd.
Say though, it's been a while since I was like speaking Pennsylvania Dutch all the time. So
Right,
I'm
yeah.
not, I wouldn't consider myself as fluent in it as I used to be.
I know, 100%. Like when I got back from Israel, not that I knew Hebrew well, but I was just so much more used to it. And like 3 months after, like I was trying to say, I'm like, you just lose it.
It's not as familiar. It becomes harder to think of the right words.
Right.
You know the words are in your brain somewhere, but it gets harder to pull them out.
I hear that. Okay, so the transition for your parents was harder because, they're more rooted in just their life. And
they were in their 40s and we were in our
teenagers and kids.
Teenagers
Right.
and kids, yeah. So it was a lot different from our point of view than from their point of view.
Socially for you, how was that difference?
I mean, for me, and I think for all of us, like we
Ich meine, es war kein geringer Verirrer ranzugehen in der Amish Community wie in der Regular, because sie hat kein Phones in die Sachen. So, it should be, in sie gewesen ein outdoorsy Mensch, die Mischbuche gespielt von draußen, so du ist just mehr Kinder. So I think she would be alright.
integrated well as children. We made friends.
GYG.
We were, I don't know, like we made friends. It didn't take so long.
Exactly. Homeschooling is nicht so weird, Trevor.
Okay, that's great. I mean, it sounds like from before you didn't really have that many friends between like
We
just moving
didn't
around.
really like, but like we were all of a sudden in
GYG, morgen, it should get released tomorrow, the Parsha of the Woche.
in the middle of a bunch of people our age.
She seems pretty comfortable, yes, Hershey, weil sie hat nicht die jiddische Schämedige, die tut nicht die suchen, die tut nicht jen suchen, so sie ist sehr open. Das heißt normal.
And there were challenges.
In der jiddische Welt rief man es mehr idle. A Frau, was sie nicht idle ist, sei Prost. Sie hat die Prostkeit, because sie nicht aufgewachsen in einer jiddische Household.
Like sometimes me personally, like I say I had friends and I did have friends. Was it what I wanted?
But you still felt like an outsider?
I was
Brooklyn, the great catch macht es mich trachten wie Shark Week, Dangerous catch, or wie sie rief das? Deadliest catch?
like me personally, like I felt alone. Like I was always looking like I was searching to belong in a way that I just never felt like I belonged.
Mm.
So I'd say, yeah, I have friends. I have a lot of friends. Like all the girls in the community are my friends, and I acted that way, and I felt that way to some extent. But
Yankee.
no, like I still felt alone. Like I didn't really have the relationships I wanted, the relationships I needed. Like
Because sie geht jetzt als a Fuhrer ran in die Mind dort in das als a soft spot.
I was looking for something I didn't know how to find.
And okay, we'll get more into that, but from a like superficial level, like you wore, again, I don't even know the garb that they wear, but like how did that look and go?
No, Hershey. Hershey, we're not going to talk about the glasses, okay? Because glasses can change.
I mean, it was just clothes. Like I'm not this.
Oop.
I'm not the sort of person who cares about looking nice, looking pretty per se. Like so for me, like it wasn't like transitioning. Like I imagine for a lot of girls transitioning to wearing the sort of clothes that I wore, like it would be an adjustment. But for me, like I never really had a lot of clothes, and I never cared if they looked nice. just me personally. Like I liked being outside. I'd sit on the ground. I didn't mind if my clothes got dirty. Like that was just the way I lived. So wearing plain clothes wasn't hard for me.
And the adjustment to no electricity, how was that? I mean, because at the end of the day, like you grew up in a house that you have a light.
You had a light where the light
now
switch on.
You have a lamp, a fire lamp. I don't know how it works.
I mean, during the day you didn't need light because there when in the house, like
Right.
there was enough natural lighting in the house you didn't need. And then at night, there's lamps. We did use flashlights. We did have that.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Batteries.
Beruhig dich, mister, okay? Ik heb mijn eieren en ik heb mijn heißwasserkessel met een Shabbos-lamp. Beruhig dich. Like, you would know. Like, oh, it's gonna need to chillax.
You're allowed to use batteries?
They let.
A little makeup. Brooklyn, you lost me with the makeup. But the contact lenses, you got me. LASIK.
In our community,
They
they
let
let
you
you
do it.
use batteries for flashlights and
Yeah,
headlights.
like that's like someone who's like super like trying to become like from, and they're like, we use TV on Shabbos, but we don't, you know, like wait a second, man. Okay, got it. So you're allowed to.
Every community is different. There
Right.
are communities that don't.
Right.
That don't. But ours, yeah, they did.
Got it.
Die dort das Fallen dort. Ne? Aber nicht schon Flashlights. Als gehört von der Brach-Family, unabig. Zij nützen Flashlights. Man sagt schon, ich beschadig mit so, weil sie nützen eine electric toothbrush. How dare they?
I'm just like imagine, can you use a battery for everything then technically? Like have like lights with batteries in it. Interesting. Okay, and something
Gewoon wie macht häusig. Die ganze Sache von die Geist hat da und jener geht der ganze Hatter ist derselbe Sache.
told me prior, because I was, I know this concept of, if you could explain it, because I know it doesn't exist in the community you're at, but rumspringen?
Yeah, so some communities do. And like I said, like
Am I
I
saying it
can't
properly?
Rumspringa?
Okay.
I can't really speak for the ones who do because I never lived in one that did.
Mhm.
I don't really know what it's like. I've heard about it.
What
That's
is
all.
it? It's you get to leave for
Wenn die bis 17 Jahre alt, lassen sie dir weg einfach ein Jahr und du kannst ihn technically, wo du willst. Du kannst du mal car, kannst du mal job, kannst living the outside world. Und wenn du wirst 18 oder bis dahin, dass du machen die Decision, dass du willst zurückkommen. Ein größer Problem haben sie haben eine Michigan gute Work Ethic. Sie gehen raus, sie treffen mal Jobs, sie machen Geld, sie kaufen mal car, trinken Booze, werden into accident, into fights, werden into legal issues. And they're like, nah, the outside world is not for me. So they leave. Sie do a ganze Group, was pickt auf, als Gevre, und try sei, so wie Footsteps. Try sei sie saven. And es ist wie a trap a bisschen. So das heißt, rumspringen.
a year at 18. You
17.
probably know better than maybe not actually. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, there's some concept of when your kid's a teenager, you let, they have more leeway to try things out or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I assume for every community, the way that
Zij fragen zij local rabbi,
they go about it is a little bit different.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I said, like I can't really speak for the ones that do it because the community where I live, it wasn't a thing at all. Like it wasn't something that they did.
What are the most common? What's the most interesting things that happened in your community that I guess like that I don't even know to ask? Like I know the no electricity part, but like I don't even know like how does it work? Like everyone has their own job.
What did you mean?
I don't know.
I mean, everyone has to do something to make money.
Mhm.
Like you have to bring money into the community somehow. So the market was a big way of making money. A lot of people grew produce to sell. That's what my dad did. He grew sweet potatoes, an awful lot of sweet potatoes to sell. Like I'm saying tons, like literally tons. You plant them, water them, weed them, harvest them, haul them down to the market, wash them up, get them ready to sell. A lot of work, but it was good.
And you kids were a part of that business?
100%.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Like,
what did you personally have to do for those?
I helped with pretty much
everything.
every step.
Right.
There were some steps that I helped more with than others. But like from the beginning, you'd start like sweet potatoes, you don't grow them from seeds. You grow them from slips that come off of the potato. So in the early
Interesting.
spring, we'd put potatoes in pits in our greenhouse and they'd send up a whole bunch of slips. And when it was time to plant it out in the field, you'd take the slips off the potatoes. It'd basically be a plant, like growing on the potato.
Sie hat the confidence. Sie hat seine Sache, like, sie weiß. Hat nicht gesagt, Keulis in den Kopf. I can tell you that much.
It'd have roots. It'd have
Come on, Viggy, she's a 10. Brooklyn, hoffe den eyes.
She's a 45.
You know what I mean?
a shoot with leaves. You'd break it off the potato, and you'd
I don't know if she's serious. Meer, also wie ich gesagt habe, redet zurück, Sally. I think she's more, she doesn't have noise in her head. It's very, boxy.
put them in the bucket of water, take them out to the field, and go down
That's
rows
how she gets
planting
shit out.
the
Exactly.
slips in. And then you'd have to water them, and a lot of the watering, like we'd haul buckets out, and a lot of it we did by hand, like just going down the rows, watering plant after plant after plant. It was nice if we could get them planted right before it rained, or even in the middle of raining. Like if it was starting to rain, we'd be like, oh, now's the time to plant sweet potatoes. Like we should go out and plant right now because it's a lot of work watering. Like the watering it's a big job, and if we can get it so that they get their first initial water
No play.
by rain, then it's so much easier for us.
At the time of recording this, we just said the bracha for Geshem yesterday, and like I'm sure you have a stronger appreciation for rain than the
rain
average.
is important. Rain means something.
Yeah. Wow.
I guess wenn sie davent, and sie came to uns to the mash for the more tageshem sagt so sie I hope over there by the Amish give them some rain. I know.
Yeah, if you don't have rain, then you're in trouble. Which, I mean, it's true. We're farther removed from it here in the city because like all our food comes our door. Basically.
What I need rain? I have water in the supermarket.
But people don't realize like the food that's in the supermarket, it's still
right.
Somebody is depending on the rain for that food.
Right.
If you don't have the rain, eventually you're gonna feel it. The people in the city, like they're gonna feel it eventually.
By the way, it says 1.5, 1.25, so it might sound a bit different.
Okay, so your mother also is involved in the business, or she's more tending to the kids? Like, how's the structure of the family work?
I mean, she helped. Like, she would come outside and help sometimes, not so much. Like, she more did stuff in the house, or in the garden and not out in the field as much.
We're ook nog meinige dat ze belassen van ihr. She'll do the yesing and knowing. You get what I'm saying? JJ.
Hello and welcome. Oops.
Hello.
But like there was a lot of work in the house because all of the food preparation for meals and all of the food preservation, because we canned like all of our vegetables that we grew in the summer. We'd eat them in the summer, but then we had to have something to eat in the winter too. So all the excess produce from the summertime, we'd bring it into the house. We'd process it. We'd stick them in cans. We'd cook them. We'd preserve it. We'd dry our fruits, like our berries, apples, whatever. We'd dry. We made applesauce too. Like there was an awful lot of.
I'm sure bei sich in daheim hat sie containers mit buckets, mit Sachen, mit flashlights.
Work
mit
having to be
batteries.
done in the house, and also our laundry we did by hand. You know, like basically scrubbing our clothes in tubs of water and hanging them out to dry.
I hope she doesn't do it now.
And we sewed all our own clothes. So there was a lot of work around the house to do.
Did you again? I anyone listening, you can make fun of me in the comments. It's fine because I don't know how this works and I don't feel bad to sound stupid. Did you have hot showers? Is that even a thing?
So showers, I mean, water, like if you want hot water, you have to put it on the stove and cook it if you want hot water. Like we didn't have running water at all. The way water worked for in the house was, you know, it rains, the rain falls onto the roof, it runs into the gutter runs into a cistern under the house. Like we're collecting a bunch of water under the house in a cistern. And then if you want that water.
Ihr needs zijn een -7 compared to ins. You get what I'm saying? As just Wasser von a tap. Me öffnet auf der Tap. Sie mich tam steht bei dir und sie geht, water. No water. Water. No water. You know what I mean? Jack Stones. Hello and welcome. Yummy. Hello. Hello, Yummy. Eerste moe gezeten doen, no? Jack Stone, eerste moe. Remind us.
There's a pump on the back porch. You pump it up from the cistern. Then you have a bucket of cold water. So there's cold water. So then you can tote it into the house and pour it into, say you want.
So kein Amish technically sinkt nicht in the shower. Warum?
Water in the bathroom and for the sink to wash your hands. You pour it into a pot that's on the sink counter. And then you have a bucket of cold water there to wash your hands with. Or if you want for washing dishes, you plug the sinks and you pour water into the sinks. If you want warm water or hot water, then you have to take some of that cold water, put it in a pot on the stove or on the reservoir we had on the back of the stove, a reservoir for heating up water. And then once the water was hot, and the stove, it's a wood burning stove. There's a fire in it, firebox, and it heats up the top.
Oh,
of the
nice,
stove,
Yumi.
so then
Thank
the reservoir
you.
on the back gets heated up. Once you have the hot water, then you can mix it with the cold water to make warm water. So that was what you had to do anytime you wanted warm water.
And hold on, did you have a shower in your house that you could then put that warm water into, or no, just people take baths?
Most people took baths, and we didn't have like a shower in the house. My dad rigged up this.
Just imagine the eerste moe is aan na shower en ze gaat, oh, what do we do here? Ze staat en drinkt van de faucet.
Because he's an engineer, like he grew up with, like he rigged up this method of showering where he had a big cooler in the upstairs of the house, and he ran a hose from it down like through the floor into the bathroom above the bathtub. And he ran the hose into a little bucket hanging from the ceiling, and he punched holes in the bottom of the bucket. So you would fill up the cooler with warm water.
Hello,
and when you wanted to take a shower, you'd turn the valve on the hose. The hose would run water into the bucket. The bucket would fill up with water, and it would drip out through the holes. So we kind of had like our own makeshift shower.
It's pretty cool.
Alles geht's. How you doing? Jack, it has been a minute. Welcome.
And food-wise, it's a hard transition from anyone from going to be able to, you know, have access to any kind of food and then have, you know, dried berries and whatever you guys canned. Was that a hard
whatever you guys canned
transition for the kids? Like, did you miss, I don't know, chocolate or candy?
Our family, like we always ate very simply growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like we ate a lot of rice and lentils, beans, frozen vegetables, potatoes, greens. Like we ate very simply growing up. Anyways, our diet didn't really change so much moving to there. A lot of like Amish in general, like they eat meat, they eat dairy, they eat eggs, they eat a lot more processed foods than we did. My parents, like, they wanted to be vegetarian or vegan, really, like no fish, no meat, no dairy, no animal products. So that was always our
They had a long plan of dying out of starvation. What?
diet, and it didn't really change a lot from moving to there.
When your family moved, were you guys still vegan or?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, like always.
Interesting. Hold on. Being vegan generally is difficult. So being Amish and vegan is.
People weren't so happy with our diet. Like they wanted us to be like everybody
Nice, JJ. Okay, welcome.
else,
Right.
and everybody else in the community ate meat and dairy and everything else. So it was a big difficulty.
Where do
like,
you
in
get
terms of
protein from?
beans, nuts, you know, like you get in vegetables, like you can get lentils. There are ways.
Right. Interesting. Okay, so
I eat meat and dairy now.
yeah. Not together.
But not together.
Er gewissen groß Chachma. Not together. Woohoo.
Just making sure. Okay,
Not
so
together.
I'm curious how it works in terms of, and again, we'll I know people listening, like there's a lot of Amish stuff that I'm just getting out there because I'm curious and I want the answers to. But we'll get to like where you found Judaism and Yiddishkeit. But what are like the halachas of Amish in terms of like if someone is like like going to the house and they're caught with like a fax machine, like what happens? Like is it usher? Is it like how does it work?
So like the level of consequence would depend on whether you're
Alles geht sehr schwer, Masbe zusammen, wo sie hat gesagt. Sie gerät von ihr Lifestyle.
actually a baptized member
And a lot about sweet potatoes.
of the church or not. If you are a baptized member of the church, then depending on what you do, like depending how far you go, how much you transgress, like they will eventually excommunicate you.
Mm-hmm.
They won't eat at the same table with you. They won't
Shaya.
they won't associate with you.
Hello, welcome.
If you're not a baptized member of the church, you can't be excommunicated, which is why I was not excommunicated when I left, because I was never baptized.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was never officially part of the church. So they're not going to excommunicate me.
Were your parents baptized?
They want to be. They have not been as yet because they've had people have had struggles accepting them.
Right.
They've been concerned that like maybe they'll leave eventually. We don't want to have to excommunicate them if we like. So the idea is like
Mein Weitechnisch darf man dich herauswerfen. Logic.
we want to be sure this is going to work before we let you join. And they've held off so long that basically they're making what they didn't want to have happen. Like
Right.
my parents are now going to leave to another Amish community where they'll be more easily accepted.
Oh, wow.
Because they want to be able to join the church and be completely part of the community.
We are just getting warmed up, but first,
Oh, we're just getting warmed up? Nice. All right. Hold on just a second. Hold on to your britches.
Communities. I'm uncomfortable doing this interview with the fact that they're not going to be watching this interview, like any of the communities. And if they are, then busted. But yeah,
Checkmate.
I hope they're not watching. Okay, so your family has to switch to interesting. Okay, so let's get back to your Jewish journey. Okay, so you're in there. You mentioned before that like you still at the end of the day, although you had friends, you felt lonely. You didn't really feel like you belonged.
Jax is of 1.25, so
Is that what triggered this?
Me personally, like it wasn't something I talked about all the time, like type of thing. Like I tried to feel like I belonged, and like I said, like I liked it there. Like I liked the life. I liked the farm. There was a lot I liked about it.
there was something there. There was something there that she's not saying.
But I came to the point when I was like 20 that I decided, you know what?
Wait, wie alt is he yet?
I can't stay here forever. Like I need more than I'm ever going to find here. I don't necessarily know
Ooh, what a seeker.
what I'm going like how I'm going to find what I need, but I can't stay here. Like it's not gonna work. I have to leave, and it's gonna be hard. Like I can't like the decision to leave. It was crazy hard. Like it was
Most probably is es gewesen schwer. I'm just gonna guess out. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Sie hat nicht echt gehad kan Tanas, but sie gewollt mehr. So she knew that she has to go out to seek more, while she didn't want to go away. Ja, dus toen mensen wil naar weg gaan. If they find it's good. No, she wanted to leave only to get more. Wow, that must be schwer.
It was so hard.
Do Amish wear makeup? No, alles goed.
What's the other side of it? Like, what's the reason not to leave?
Reason not
Thank
to leave?
you, alles goed. Yes.
Everything I knew was there. Like, it was my family that I'd grown up with. It was the community that I had spent 5 years in. I didn't have, and I didn't know anything about the outside world. Like literally, I didn't know how to make a phone call. I didn't know how to do anything. Even before we moved to the Amish community, even the amount of technology that we did have in the house, I was resistant to using because like I said, like I was an outdoors kid. I didn't care for it. Like if I had a choice, I would always be reading a book rather than working on the computer.
Mhm.
Like that was just me. So I really didn't know much about the outside world. I didn't know how to get along in it, and I'd never really wanted to. So the idea of, okay, I'm going to leave, I'm going to go out into a world that I don't know anything about, and I'm going to have to figure out how to survive in it. Like it was very daunting. And the idea of leaving everyone I knew, and I had no clue how I was going to make it.
Was there fear of also like if you leave, like you're letting your parents down or
100%, 150%. In fact, that was hands down the hardest part. I mean, they were my parents. They raised me. They wanted me to stay. They had hopes and dreams for me. I didn't want to let them down. I didn't want to hurt them. And yes, they always love me. They always will love me. But,
Oh.
Like,
Oh, wow. She ain't saying it. She ain't saying the L word.
it was hard for me to do something that I knew they weren't happy with. Even though they weren't like they're good parents. Like they're like, we don't necessarily agree with what you're doing, but you're an adult and we're not gonna stop you. We want what's best for you. You can, like, we're gonna let you go. Like they knew how to let go. And I give them a lot of credit for that.
That's right.
It was difficult to know that I was going to do something that they weren't going to be happy with.
Okay, so that's at 20. Yes.
Yeah, at 20. I did not leave after my 21st birthday because, at 21, you're a legal adult and you can leave and go find your
I feel like there's a whole mission going on, Brooklyn and Sally.
Chillax.
All right.
life. That was when my dad was like, you can go, whatever it is you want to do, you can go do.
Ooh, wow.
So
Credit when credit is due.
I called my uncle and aunt, my mom's brother in Raleigh, North Carolina. Like all the rest of my extended family, they're like regular Americans. And it was difficult for them that my parents became Amish and left the family. So I called them with help using the phone and asked them, could I come and stay with them for a while and until I figured out how to survive in the outside world. And they were like,
Hello,
yeah,
welcome.
100%. Come. We'll come pick you up. We want you to come. Which I was thankful for their help, because if it wasn't for them teaching me, I couldn't have done it on my own. Like I needed someone helping me. I was so clueless. They picked me up and they took me to their house. And like the next morning, like waking up in Raleigh, it was like moving from Earth to Mars. Like the culture shock, it was incredible. I've done a lot of different things. I've been in a lot of different places. But that was really hard. Just I felt like my brain was working a million miles an hour just to process like things that people consider regular life, like jumping in a car every day and going places. It was like it was so different.
Sie gaat wel een terugmoffen to her farm. Whoever is going to end up with her, the whole guy moffen to her farm. So she's ready. She's not going to feel home anywhere else.
Like even walking into the kitchen and the faucet turns on, or the washing machine, you just push a button and washes your clothes, or there's light switches everywhere, or the toilet flushes, or it was so different. Everything was so different. And being in like always going out and doing things, going out of the house, going around the city, going shopping, going ice skating, going to the park, going to church, like and the church, it's like a big building with a lot of music and big crowds. The first time they took me to church, I tried so hard to like hold myself together, be okay. But by the end, I was in tears. Like I was in real physical pain. It was just so much stimulation. Like I don't even know how to say it, and it sounds crazy.
No,
because like from living
Sounds perfectly.
from living in a city all your life and it's all you know, then it's like, well, why would that be so challenging?
She would be happy in an Israeli from kibbutz. Maybe.
But like literally, like when you're coming from the middle of nowhere off a farm and it's like a lot. When we went home, I went up to my room and I pulled the covers over my head. Like I didn't want to think anymore. Like I was just so done. I was so tired.
So just imagine, was sie sagt jetzt, als sie kommen von du, right? Sie gangen zu a city, und sie gangen in church, geht music mit alle Sachen, es ist du. Und dann sind wir okay mit du. Something is wrong. We shouldn't be okay with it.
And
She sounds a bit closed-minded. No. Different-minded. Sie ist nicht aufgewachsen in a city, sie ist aufgewachsen different. Just the opposite. Sie ist der opposite von closed-minded. Als sie gekannt da weggehen, sehen the outside, nicht wissen dich pinklich, und sie geht da weg.
that was like there was a
Viggy is in Hartzl. Huh?
there was a long adjustment.
Shut
Period.
it.
It was several months of feeling like I was in shock. And
She's going to Israel this week for a short trip. She said she's not sure she won't leave Brooklyn long term. She's very happy in Brooklyn. Nice.
figuring out how to use a phone, how to get along, and like I got my first job, figuring out how to go places and how to shop in a store, how to pay for things, how to with a credit card or whatever, like everything. It was using a computer. It was just a lot of adjustments. Like, and there is one story that I always tell people,
Sure.
just to illustrate how illustrate the culture shock really. When I went for orientation for my first job in Raleigh, I stopped at the front desk for instructions on how to get up to the
Oh, but the NJK, I guess we will get there. That's how it goes.
room where the orientation was going to be held. They told me,
Hold on.
go right, go left, take the elevator.
Hold on.
I stopped at the front desk for instructions on how to get up to the room where the orientation was going to be held. They told me, go right, go left, take the elevator, go up to the second floor, and then you'll be in the room where the orientation is. And I'm nodding and smiling. I'm like, okay, great. And I'm thinking, all that is fine, except I have no idea how to use an elevator. Like I've never, I know what an elevator is, but I've never had to get in an elevator and use it myself. So I don't know what I'm doing, and I absolutely am not going to ask these people who just hired me how to use an elevator because they're gonna think I'm a moron. They're gonna think I'm an alien from Mars. I can't do this.
You're like, I'm very qualified for the job. But one question.
Right,
first.
right.
This device that gets me up the stairs without the stairs. Yeah.
Right. It's like I have to make a good impression here. Like I can't let them know how much I don't know.
Yankee, I had the same thought.
So
Momo. Hello and welcome.
I just nodded and I was like, okay, thank you very much. And I walked. I took the turns. I found the elevator, and then I was
Hold on. Momo Besnaidu, the first time I'm seeing you here. Welcome.
standing in front of the elevator, like, okay, how does this thing open? And I thought, I have seen doors before that are automatic doors where you just walk up to it and it opens. But maybe an elevator door works that way too. Like, might as well try. So I walk up to the elevator door. I touch it. Nothing happens. I'm like, okay, shucks, that didn't work. It's gotta be. The next thing I did, it was like really silly. I walked up to the door and I knocked on it. Every time I think of it.
Stel je is dat mens bij de elevator. Knock. Open the door.
Afterwards,
By the way, das nimmt so viel Courage. Die, was gemeint hat, die weiß die auch. Die, was nicht gewusst. Sie steht dort in ausfliegenden Elevator, weißt, wie klick sie ist. Wie open-minded sie ist.
I was laughing at myself, like, why did I do that? But it's like instinct. Like you grow up, the door's closed, you go up to somebody's house, you knock on the door, they open the door.
Right.
Like at that point, I wasn't even thinking. I was just
It's a good function
Nice. Welcome, Momo. Scheint it zu sein.
for elevators. We should do
I was
that.
Wie checks that on?
and then afterwards, I was like, oh my goodness, that was really dumb. Like, why did I think that was gonna work? Like I just wasn't thinking. So then I looked around.
Wenn sie sucht, I didn't know what I was thinking. Verwusst, was sie haben they thought. Ihr brain hat gesagt, man sagt das hier, klappt man. No? Like, it macht sense. It would not make sense otherwise.
And I saw this button on the side of the wall. I'm like, okay, I'll push the button. We'll see what happens.
Amaz hat nicht gesehen, the fire alarm, huh?
What do I have to lose anyway? So I pushed the button.
Thank you,
And
Mama.
then I was like freaking out, thinking, okay, I probably set off an alarm in the building somewhere. Everyone's going to come running and they're going to wonder, what is this girl doing? Like, who knows what that button I just pushed was for? Like, there's no telling. and everyone's gonna come and wonder what on earth she's doing, and then I'm gonna be in trouble, and they're gonna realize how much I don't know. They're gonna realize I really am a moron from Mars or whatever. But it didn't happen. The elevator doors opened, and then I was okay. That was
Exactly,
the
I
button for the
was
elevator. Great.
good.
So I walk in, the door's
Good one.
closed, and then I'm like really nervous. I'm like, okay, now I'm in this thing. Now I have to figure out how to get out of this thing.
She's
I
strapped.
had all these visions in my head. Okay, I'm gonna be stuck in the elevator. I'm not gonna be able to figure it out. I'm gonna be stuck here for who knows how long, and people are never gonna know what happened to me.
You know what's funny? Sie sitzt in der Elevator, sie geht durch die alle Issues, und instant draußen kijkt man das wie, gut ist nicht geschehen, drückst da Button, sie öffnet sich auf. Also, ich kann man sich auslernen, jeder einer auf sich, wenn es ein Problem. Wenn du bist in ein Problem, meinst du, oh, es ist der End von der Welt, and everybody out there sagt, no, du bist okay, just pressing the button, der Tier hat sich öffnen, don't worry. Get the lesson.
You know, it's like silly fears, but like I was so clueless. It's like everything is so much more of an adventure when you have no idea what you're doing.
That is true.
Good one.
So then I was like, okay, well, first I have to figure out how to get up to the second floor. So I looked on the panel and I find the button that says 2. Okay, that's probably the button that takes you up to the second.
By the way, sie ist Masber jetzt, wo die hast du gelernt, wenn die bist gewesen 2 Tage alt, 5 Tage alt, ein Jahr, 2, wenn die bist gegangen mit der Mama oder dann Tata zu der Elevator. Sie hat es, sie gedacht auslernen allein.
Floor. I push it. Elevator goes up, stops. I'm like, okay, now I have to figure out how to get out of this thing as fast as I possibly can. So I look on the panel again. There's this button that says open door. I push it. The door's open. I literally jump out of the elevator. And then I'm like just throwing this mental party like, okay, woohoo, I survived the elevator. Like I did it. I made it. Like, and if I'd
She's
only
funny.
known, like, if you just wait 2 more seconds, then the doors open by themselves. Like, and
She's funny.
get out. Like, it's fine.
Moishi,
Totally fine.
Friedman, Feldman.
I have no problem whatsoever. Like I've
Hello
got
and
an elevator
welcome.
a million times now. Like I know, but then it was like I said, like everything is so much more. Life is a real adventure when you have no idea what you're doing.
The next thing is
Das ist auch ein guter Lesson. Man soll enjoyen, aber man weiß nicht, wenn man weiß nicht, wo der next step ist. Ich rede mainly zu mir allein as well. Nicht, als ich habe es ausgefigert. I'm saying, es tut sich an nervous, wegen der nächste step oder der nächste Sache. Life can be fun. Just enjoy the process.
like you get to the desk, they're like, yeah, just turn on the computer. You're like, oh no.
Thankfully, I was hired for a food service job.
Okay.
Like you know, I was just serving food on a buffet line, doing waitress work. Like it was a minimum wage type of job. Like I could do it. Like it was initial training, but then
Right.
it was stuff like
Which is
I
smart.
could do it.
It's a good thing you didn't go into like
No, like
the IT field and be like, hi, could I get a job here?
you think they would have hired me?
You know what? Make a good like documentary or like some like the office kind of show.
Yeah, no,
We need to set it up, Sally saying.
no. Like for food service, yeah, okay. No, they'll take someone straight from an Amish community. Like, but from like they asked. My interview was interesting because they were asking me like all these questions, like where are you from? Where did you grow up? And I like had to tell my whole story, and they were like, okay, wow, that's interesting. Like you like leaving the Amish, like most people don't do that. Like it was.
Door de ganze interviews when all right, let me show you how to use an elevator.
It was like
I'm doing good, Mosh. How are you?
I don't know, like, and it wasn't something that I told everybody, but
Right.
but it was like it was so obvious to people that I was different and didn't know what I was doing in a lot of situations.
Right.
Like I tried.
But die kent zijn de characters. Sie hat nicht gewiss, wo sie team, but sie geht weiter. Sie hat it anyways. Deze dezelfde character, wo sie gekannt hat, wegen von wie sie kommt.
I did the best I could to learn as fast as I could, but I was like, I wasn't like your regular high school kid getting a minimum wage job.
Yeah,
so it was,
I can imagine. I can imagine. So as you're adapting to the world, where does where's the spark rekindled to follow Judaism?
So what happened is, you know, like after the initial shock wore off, and I realized, okay, like I'm getting used to this enough to be able to not be in mental emergency mode. Like I'm.
Die selber, sie sagt, nicht zu sein mental emergency modes in Sachen. This is high talk. This is größer aware reden. Phew.
Like I'm enough adjusted. I can do this. I can get along in the world. It might not always be easy, but I can do it. I'm figuring stuff out.
You had a shitting day. I'm sorry, Moshe. I'm sorry. We'll make it better for you.
Then like I started to feel like really restless. Like, okay,
Welcome here, Moshe.
I'm out here.
Welcome.
What am I here for? Like, what am I really going to do with my life? Like, am I really going to...
But it macht sense. sie macht Sinn, ich sehe den Weg, wie sie geht. Sie liked neue Sachen, sie hat lieb neue Sachen, she's a big thinker, so sie ist a größer thinker, geht umkommen zu philosophical questions. What am I doing here? Why am I here? I can see the train. I can see the tracks. Wie sie fährt. Where it's heading. You think Amish are a cult? Yes, in a certain sense. I mean, again, darf sehen, wo der Wort cult meint, but sie ist as, man lässt sich weggehen. But es ist ein bisschen anders. Ich weiß, ich bin glaube ich so im ich will nicht sagen ja, but you get what I'm saying?
Just be a regular American, go to the same kind of colleges everyone else goes. Like, really? That's really what I want? Like, I just felt I felt so restless. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know what I was going to do.
I fixed it. I took off the cursor. You can't see the cursor.
What was next? I didn't really talk to people about it so much, what I was going through.
Of course not. People didn't connect.
I thought on my own. I prayed. I wrestled with it. What am I doing here?
There's the questions. Extremely important questions.
And I didn't find any clarity for weeks, months. And then October 7th came. Because it was I went to stay with my uncle and aunt in November 2022. So the next year was October 2023. October 7th. And I wasn't on the news all the time. I didn't realize right away how horrible it was. But I heard bits and pieces, and I knew Israel was in a really rough spot. I knew they were having a really hard time. They're at war, and I decided, okay, Israel's Israel. I'm gonna pray for them. Like Israel's important. It always had been important to me. I'm gonna pray for Israel.
Sie kennen dir jetzt nicht mal besan verwusst. Sie kennen nicht jetzt sagen verwusst, die alle Sachen, wo sie jetzt gesagt hat, sind important sind. But it's important to you. And sie ist genug aware zu wissen, dass es important to you. Get what I'm saying?
So I was upstairs in my bedroom praying.
Sheesh.
And
she prayed away.
All of a sudden, as I was praying, it was like everything just came rushing back to me. Everything that I'd tried to forget, how much Israel meant to me, how much I wanted to be Jewish, how much I had to be Jewish, and everything came back to me. How it was I fell on the ground sobbing.
Sie will mehr sein als Jid, wie most Jiden, was ich kenne.
It was. I didn't even know.
Isn't this beauty? Isn't this what you should strive for? As a yonik, as a vel? Crazy.
Yeah, but I told myself, you know what? Never again. Never again. I'm never gonna forget again. Yeah, I'm an adult now. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna find Jews. I'm gonna get to Israel.
The problem is, she's going so far that she might get mit da watchen, wenn man Menschen Sachen auf pedestals, wenn man weiß geworden, dass nicht das so, ist es am schicken a blow. So but da watchen, sie kann treffen, ob es ein Gusse, sucht etwas ein Wort, mit einem Stissem or whatever, and boom. A vega harget beauty, a vega harget shine, a vega harget, innocent essence, real fire, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what I have to do. I'm old enough. I'm gonna find Jews. If it's the last thing I do, I have to be Jewish. I don't know how to describe. I can't describe what it was like.
Sad. I'm not really worrying in a sense. I'm just saying that as a beauty, mit as a yonik, mit as a trying to to get it, yeah? Trying to be there. En andere mensen zijn geboren in them, zij keren niet te veel, they have nothing. Might just blow it away, like, woes weiß die Amish, whatever, you know? The beast
I wish I
Mandy.
could. Like people
welcome.
ask me like, what was it that brought you to Judaism? Like I tell them,
I don't know if it's the part of the process or it's a part of the challenge, you know?
I tell them, yeah, my parents, they kept these traditions when I was younger. I tell them, you know, October 7th
I hope
made a
so,
big
I'll
impression.
get-
Like, and they're like,
I hope
but
so.
like, what was it really? I'm like, I don't want to say, like, I wanted it. Like it was inside me. Like I grew up with a desire since I was a kid. I don't really have a good logical explanation for it.
You don't need
that
one.
I can just spit out and tell people.
You don't need one. You can't make it into a logical argument, meaning a statement. It just is.
Like it meant the world to me in a way I can't really. There's not like a simple cut and dry explanation for it. But then the question was how to find Jews.
Yeah, like, okay, you have that. Like,
Ich feel so do I sag Bochum was having the question. Where do we find Jews?
Like, okay, so now I know what I have to do, and I'm determined to do it. But how? It's like I'm in the middle of a big city where there aren't a whole lot of Jews.
right.
And I don't know anybody. I have no connections. I met this one lady at work who was a Reform Jew, and she said I could come to her synagogue, temple, whatever, with her. And I went, and I was very grateful that she brought me along with her.
Live unscripted. Hello and welcome.
I also like.
Didn't feel it.
I felt like I wanted more though.
That's right.
I'm saying like I didn't know the differences between, like I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know the differences between Orthodox, Conservative, Reform. Like I didn't know the lingo.
Right.
But it wasn't really what I was looking for.
Right.
Like it was a start,
Right.
but it wasn't really what I wanted. But like
Nobody really wants
I was
that.
basically at a dead end in Raleigh. But
Nobody
eventually
really
what I did was I went and visited my parents for a month.
Went back.
I went back to the Amish community and visited my parents for a month.
Mhm.
To
At this
rebalance.
point, like I decided to go back and visit my family for a while.
I guess you haven't seen them for
I hadn't seen them for a little while. Like it was
as long as you've never seen them.
it'd been some amount of time, and I like it was good to see them again. It was interesting to be back, especially knowing like I wasn't going back to like go back. I was just visiting.
Hey guys, guess
But-
who's becoming Jewish? Did you like have that, I guess maybe sort of awkward conversation, or you didn't bring it up?
I did bring it up.
I think if you don't come from a Jewish background, you find more ways Jews is in Judaism. Yes, yeah, but you got a higher calling. Die kan zijn ze got a higher calling.
There were conversations. Some of them were.
Moshe, the light by the end of the tunnel. When them darf man tun, also darf mitnehmen a flashlight in the end of the tunnel and machen sein eigener light. You know what I'm saying?
A little awkward.
I
but,
can listen. I
like,
can compare. If
it
someone
was-
is Jewish and then they go to their parents like, I am becoming Christian. I could imagine it's like just not the most easy like conversation to have.
it's yeah, but you know, like I was like they weren't like did they agree with me? No, but they weren't gonna like be like, oh my goodness, like why are you doing this? Like this is horrible type of thing. Like that's not
Didn't the parents already introduce things von Yiddishkeit?
that's not the way my
So-
parents do things.
Right. It sounds like they're very accepting.
They are. Yeah, so I was with them. I had my cell phone with me, and I was trying to figure out where, like, what am I doing next? Like, how am I going to find Jews? I didn't have any connections. I didn't know what I was doing. At this point, I knew how to use a cell phone, kind of. Like, I knew how to do a lot of things. I didn't, but I still felt like I wasn't really in my comfort zone type of thing. And I was trying to research, like, okay, where can I find the most Jews? Like, of course, Brooklyn, New York comes up.
Wow.
It's either like Brooklyn or Jerusalem, right? Like, it's so then I was like, okay, how do I get to Brooklyn, New York? Being a, like 22-year-old kid from an Amish community, doesn't have a whole lot of money. Like, I can't just drop myself in the middle of New York City with nothing, not knowing anybody and no place to stay and nothing at all. Like, I can't do that. I might not be like, I might be willing to take risks and do adventures at some point. Like, I have to, like, this is like, it's my life, my whole, like, what isn't an adventure, but at some point you have to draw the line. Like, you can't just drop yourself in the middle of New York City. Like, that doesn't work. So I was like looking, like, how can I find like a job? Can I find a place to stay? Anything that will get me there so that I can meet people, so I can make connections, so I can have help converting. And I didn't know how to find it. I didn't know what I was looking for. I searched and searched, and just nothing really came up. And I was like getting desperate. Like, what on earth am I going to do?
Also, you're probably also not that good at Googling stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm not the greatest. Like,
you know, in your defense, you never really did it. So now you're becoming this online researcher. It's not really going to be so easy.
So like, I'm way out of my comfort zone, overwhelmed type of thing.
Right.
Trying to figure, and I'm doing it because I desperately want to find Jews, but am I comfortable doing it? Not really.
Wenn andere Eden so sind, so desperate zu treffen Jeden, Steinberg is such a different place.
It's not my cup of tea.
Ooh,
So I was looking and I thought, okay, maybe if I Google Jewish classifieds, something will come up. So I did, and I found this website called luach.com.
Staat ook iemand waar Join bij Join mooi.
But it's like mostly chairs and tables for sale. Like, and I'm scrolling on it like, what am I doing? Like, I'm being so stupid. Like, I'm stuck. I'm never gonna find what I want. I'm trapped. I'm like, I can't do this. There's just no point. I should literally just shut my phone off and say, like, I tried. It's too hard for me. Like, I can't. And so I was praying and I was like, God, you know what? I am totally at the end of my rope here. Like, I'm done. I can't do this. If you want me to find Jews, you're going to have to make it happen because I can't do it.
Mijn spagas wijst doorgevoerd met haar van. As is ook this, huh? So, can you help us? We're lost. We're Jews lost in our way. You should be like, oh, I know.
Like, it's too hard. I can't figure this out by myself. So if you want me to get to Brooklyn, you're going to have to make a way because like, you're going to have to do it. I was almost at the point of shutting my phone off. Which, by the way, if you're wondering why I was able to charge my phone when I was in an Amish community where there was no electricity.
I wasn't, but that's a great plot hole. What's going on over here?
People have asked me that question before when I get to this point in the story. They're like, how did you keep charging your phone? Like, great question. The answer is we had non-Amish neighbors. I could go and charge my phone in somebody's house. Like we knew people who weren't Amish that lived around.
Cool.
So I could charge my phone there and then take it back and use it.
And that's where the Amish community watches sports games. No, I don't know, maybe. Got it. Okay. So you had nice neighbors, charge the phone.
Yeah. No, like I wasn't Amish anymore. Like,
right, yeah,
like I could do it. So it was fine. But I almost shut my phone off. But I told myself, I'm gonna scroll just one more page, and then I'll be done for the day. Like, scrolled through one more page, thinking it was just gonna be more tables and chairs on this website.
Can I guess? I'm trying to guess, but I cannot guess.
Bottom of the page, there's an ad that says, "Companion wanted for elderly Orthodox Jewish lady living in Flatbush, Brooklyn."
Oh, good.
The pay is free room and board, and you have time to get a day job. And you're basically living with this older lady who doesn't want to live alone. Like, and you don't have to be there all the time. It's just someone else in the house. And I looked at that and my jaw just dropped. Like who would have thought? Like, it's too good to be true.
Yeah, too perfect.
It was like totally made to order. And I was like, I'm seeing things. Like really, like, it's like, how is this happening? So that afternoon I called the number on the ad and talked to the lady's brother. And I said, like, is the position taken? Because I'd really like to take it. Like, this is what I'm very interested in. He said, no, it's not taken, but where are you calling from? Because this is not a New York area code. It's a North Carolina area code. And I bit my lip thinking, have I ever got myself in a situation? How am I going to explain to this guy where I'm from and why I want to come to New York? I said, no, you're right. It's a North Carolina area code. And actually, I'm calling from Kentucky. I'm visiting family here. And I want to move to New York. And he was like, do you know anybody in New York? I said, no. And he was like, do you have a driver's license? I said, no. I was feeling like at that point, like, I'm not starting off on a good foot here. And he was like, it's okay. Like, it's not a prerequisite for the position. Like, you don't have to have a driver's license. I just wanted to know, I'm curious, like, why do you want to come to New York if you don't know anybody?
Kenzen as a cop, like I said, no noise in a positive way, no external noise, just very down to earth, higher the frequency, I would say.
Like you don't want to be all alone. And eventually we decided to have a video chat so that we could talk about things more, and he could get to know
more
better.
face to face,
and he could tell me about the position. And
honestly, he's also looking to see if you're a serial killer because he doesn't know. Like,
the truth is, I was on pins and needles for that video chat because I knew I was going to have to tell him that I was not Jewish and I wanted to convert. And I wasn't. I felt like probably at that point he's not gonna want me. Like he's gonna want a Jewish girl for this job. Like I felt sure. So I told him, I'm not Jewish. I want to convert. I want to come to Brooklyn for that reason. And he was like, well, it's not a prerequisite for the job. Like you can do the job without being Jewish. Like that's okay. You don't have to.
I just imagine the aid of the phone call. Like, whoa, you want to become? You don't have to become Jewish. You can
Jewish to take the position.
How badly do you want the position?
And then he was like, but it's really not necessary for you to convert. like you don't have to. Like you're totally good. Like you don't need this. You don't need to be Jewish. And I was thinking, I hear you. You can think that, but I don't agree with you. like I want this. I need to be Jewish for myself. Like I don't care what you say. Like I care what you say. Like in a nice way. Like I care what you say, but I'm gonna I need to do this. I didn't say all that out loud. I was like, okay, but I want to anyway. And he was like, well, we'll see. We'll see. And I thought to myself, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But it's like it's protocol. Like people have to. They have to tell you no. They have to tell you no to start. Like it's not a thing. Like being Jewish is hard. Like I always say, you have to be stubborn to be Jewish. Like you have to really want it. So yeah, of course, tell people no right off. Like they shouldn't become Jewish if it's not something that they need. If it's not something that they're willing to
colorful shorts
work harder for than anything else in the world. Like
hello and welcome. Sie ist a Amish girl, wo sie geworden Yid, but sie nicht in ganzen Amish. Meaning, sie schon gehabt a different life for them, but very down to earth. Meaning, mehr to the Amish style.
It's important. It's a big deal. You don't become Jewish just because. Like
yeah, exactly.
If you become Jewish, it's because your soul is at Har Sinai and it's where you belong.
You hear that, people? You hear that?
Your soul is at Har Sinai and it's where you belong.
Sie sucht das mit der Gitter accent, der Fella.
If you become Jewish, it's because your soul is at Har Sinai and it's where you belong. It's a big deal. So everyone who told me you don't need this or discouraging a little, it was like they should have done it. They did the right thing. After several days, he sent me a text saying, "Okay, come on up and try the position." And I was so thrilled. I was like this is it's too good to be true. Like look at this. Like God made a way. I'm going to Brooklyn when I didn't know how on earth I was gonna do this.
And that's where the Greyhound
colorful shorts are from the Amish community and joining the church and werden accepted.
comes in.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. I mean, at first I figured I would take just a regular car. Like I'd hire someone to drive me up there, like a 13-hour drive. And I didn't want to fly.
Could you even fly? Did you even have? I don't even know.
I had the documentation that was required. Like I could have flown if I wanted to, but I decided, I think I'll just take a car.
Transparently, were you scared to fly?
No.
Okay.
I had flown, like while I was in Raleigh, I'd flown once before to someone I knew in Tennessee. They were getting married and they invited me. So I took a plane by myself from Raleigh to like Knoxville. It was the first time I'd flown.
What was that like?
like everything else, it was an adventure.
Got it,
like,
okay.
I'm saying every single step, it was like I was doing new things all the time. Like it was.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So
But yeah, it was definitely an adventure.
for
It was
going
very
to
Get one
Brooklyn, and
Yankee
this is in
tea.
Flatbush in
Good
Brooklyn?
Yeah, this is in Flatbush.
So gonna go to Flatbush, you were going to hire a driver.
I was going to hire a driver to drive me from the Amish community all the way up north to Brooklyn, New York. I did. I packed my stuff up, and I got in the car. Said goodbye to my family. Got in the car, and we start down the road. And partway down the highway, like we're just outside of Knoxville. Like we really barely started on the trip. It's a long way. Like yeah, I think it was like 13 hours. So we'd gotten maybe like 1 or 2 hours into the trip on the highway.
Flat tire.
All of a sudden, his vehicle breaks down.
That's right.
Oh gosh.
And he gets out and he tries to figure out what's going on with it. Finally, he comes back and he tells me, you know what? I'm really sorry, but you're going to have to figure out another way to get to New York because this thing is going to have to be towed. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, you're absolutely kidding. Like, this is not happening. Like, this is not happening to me right now. He was a nice guy and he felt bad about leaving me stranded. Like he had intended to take me to New York. So he was like, you know, if you want, you could come back.
Kolla förstås, det är ganska massa. It's about an hour and 10 minutes. Visa is ungefär busy here. Just saying.
With me. I'm going to get someone to pick me up and take me home. And if you want, I'll take you back home to your family tomorrow. I thought, no, like I can't. Like, this is my chance. This is my chance to get to Brooklyn and find Jews. I'm doing this. Like, there's going to be a way. Like, if I have to walk to Brooklyn, no, I mean, that would be a stretch. Walking to Brooklyn, that would be a really long way.
You're like, I'm crazy. I'm not that crazy.
I am. But no, I was like, I'm 100%. Like, I'm gonna figure out a way to do this. I'm not turning around and going back. So then I started to think,
Exactly, Shia.
okay, what public transportation can I take? I'm outside of Knoxville. There's something in Knoxville. There's train, there's plane, there's bus, there's something. So if I can just get a taxi to come out and pick me up and take me to Knoxville, then I'll figure something out. So after a couple of tries, I succeeded in ordering a taxi, calling a taxi to come out for me. And I asked the guy, like, would he be okay with taking most of my stuff back to my family? Because if I'm taking public transportation, I can't really take more than I can lug around with me by myself. Like a suitcase, a backpack, like at most. So I consolidated what I really needed into my suitcase, my backpack, and a little bag. And the rest of the stuff, the guy was really nice and said he'd take back to my family.
Appreciate you.
Taxi comes, get in the taxi, and I ask, what are the public transportation options in Knoxville? And she's like, no train. There aren't trains. You could take either plane or bus. So I look at the plane schedules, and the next plane from New York is like leaving in like 30 minutes. So I won't get there in time. And there aren't any more until the next day. So that would mean I'd have to stay in the airport or Knoxville somewhere overnight, which I really didn't want to do. So then I looked at the Greyhound bus schedules, and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the next bus for New York was leaving at like 11 o'clock at night. Oh, I thought, okay, so I'll wait 8 hours at the bus stop. It's not the worst thing that can happen. I could do this. So I get a bus ticket. I get dropped off at the bus station. It's literally just a shack on the side of the road, and it's the middle of February, so it's cold. I find a restaurant nearby, and I sit in the restaurant, and I wait for hours and hours and watch the sunset. You know, like I'm so bored and nervous too. Like I realized there was little, like I was literally totally alone. Like nobody in the world had any clue where I was at the moment. And I didn't know what was going to happen when I got to New York. I didn't know what was going to happen getting to New York. Like I mean, it wasn't the happiest 8 hours I ever spent. The restaurant closed.
Så fängt hon alarmkicken. De sitter där and they're like, oh, what did I do? The real life is kicking in.
At like 10:30ish. And so then I was waiting out, and it was really cold at the bus stop. And I was waiting for like 30 minutes. The bus doesn't come at 11, of course not. It doesn't come until like 11:30. And then it takes some while to get on the bus. Around midnight, I'm finally stumbling onto the bus, exhausted, looking for a seat. I find a seat. I almost sit down, and then I realize the seat's wet.
Oh.
I'm like, that's like, I'm not sitting on a wet seat. That's like, no, I'm finding another seat. So I look for another seat. The next seat I get to is wet too. And I'm like, what on earth? Then I realize my shoes are wet. My clothes are wet. My bag's wet. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? I'm too tired. Like, I can't deal with this. I look in my bag and I realize, okay, so my mom makes her own shampoo.
Oh, yeah, right.
She makes her own shampoo. She makes her own soap. Like, and you know, she's a mom, so she thinks of everything.
Right.
So she's like, if you're going on a trip, take a quart jar of my shampoo, then you won't have to buy shampoo for a while. So I have this glass quart jar of shampoo in that bag. It was in a plastic bag, but the plastic bag wasn't enough. The quart jar broke somehow. To this day, I have no idea how I broke it. But it broke in the bag. Everything in the bag was soaked. The shampoo was dripping out of the bag. It was on my clothes. It was on the seat. It was running all over the bus
Ze de mat mag vindt dat zaten zich mogelijk met een nummer met man head and shoulder.
floor.
Ze brachten.
I was like, this is the last thing I needed. I go to the bathroom on the bus and get as many wads of toilet paper as I can without looking absolutely ridiculous. I clean the seat off as much as I can, start cleaning off the bus floor, but I'm like, I'm too tired. Like, I can't deal with this. Like, there'll have to be shampoo on the bus floor. It'll be okay. I'm going to sleep. So I sit down and I fall asleep for a couple hours maybe. I ride that bus all that night, and the next morning I change to a bus somewhere in the middle of Virginia. Ride that bus for a while, change buses in Washington, D.C. for New York. And around 6 o'clock in the evening, it's dark, I get to New York City. And that's like a whole nother shock. Like, Raleigh's a city, but Raleigh compared to Manhattan is nothing. Like, this, again, so much stimulation. Like, everything is so new, everything's so different. The building's so tall, colors all around. Like, it's like wild. It's like, oh my goodness. Like, so I get off the bus with everyone else, and everyone else is going their separate ways. You know, I guess it's like Port Authority, whatever the big bus stop is in Manhattan. And I'm standing there on the streets of New York City in the dark with my suitcase, and I realize I have no idea where I'm going now. Like, I'm totally lost here, and I don't know how to get to Brooklyn, how to get to the address that I was given. And all the stories that people had told me when I told them that I was going to New York, like, they told me, oh, it's so dangerous there. All these bad things happen, like, you know, people getting shot on the subways, this and that. All the stories come back to my head, and I start feeling like just a little bit worried. And I think, well, at least I should look like I know where I'm going. Like, I might be totally lost, but at least I should start walking. Like, I should at least look like I'm going somewhere. So I start walking.
22, I think.
And a yellow taxi comes by, and I wait for it to get it to stop, because I'm like, okay, it's a taxi. Like, I'd seen taxis before. I'd ridden in a taxi before. I knew what a taxi was. But the taxi didn't stop. And so then I was like, oh my goodness, maybe waiting for a taxi doesn't work in New York. Like, maybe they have different rules here.
To knock on the taxi.
Knock on the taxi.
Good one.
Good one. Yeah. No, so then I was like genuinely worried. But the next taxi that came by, I waited for that one too. And that one actually stopped. So I was like, okay, waving still works. Probably the first one was just full and I didn't realize. I get in and I give him the address. And he takes me to Brooklyn. I get, like, if we're driving down Bedford Avenue, I get to the address of the brother of the lady I was going to stay with. Moshe Gottesman was his name, by the way. They're a wonderful family. I'm so grateful for everything that they've helped me so much, and they're just really, really neat people. I'm very, very thankful. And I would not have made it to New York if it wouldn't have been for the ad that he put in the paper. And
wow.
Anyway, so I get to his house, climb out of the taxi drives away, and I'm standing there on the doorstep, and then it's like really hitting me, like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? I'm like, I burned all my bridges behind me. I am here in the middle of a huge city, all alone, with a suitcase and a backpack and a bag soaked in shampoo. And I have no idea what's going to happen next. And if I'm going to be welcomed, if I'm going to be allowed to become Jewish, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm like, okay, you know what? You know, I kind of tell myself, like, we're going to take this step forward, and we're going to knock on the door, and we're going to see what happens. So I knock on the door. The door opens, and I'm welcomed inside, and they're like, oh my goodness, you must be exhausted. They feed me. They give me a drink. They drive me over to the house of the lady.
Live unscripted. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm supposed to stay with his sister.
De eerste zaak was omgegaan is get essen in Wasser in verstanden als, you know, wo sie ist durchgegangen. True Jews.
And I fall in bed after unpacking a little. And the next morning I wake up to a bunch of honking horns. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so loud here.
I can best be very depressed. Brooklyn.
Welcome to Flatbush.
Yeah, welcome to Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York City.
Oh, Brooklyn.
So then I was like, on the streets exploring, figuring out where I was, like understanding the streets, figuring out where to go to shop, like looking for jobs. Like I'm a big walker. Like I walk everywhere. So I basically like I walked all over Flatbush, seeing where I was. Just trying to
Sally,
understand
thank
my
you so
surroundings.
much.
And the first Shabbos, I decided I'm going to shul. Like,
Just imagine. Whew.
right off. I'm not waiting. Basically,
Brooklyn, nobody wants you off. Zevi. Newman, hello and welcome. Bisnaidu?
like I spent my time either I was exploring, like I said, or I was reading as much as I could about being Jewish. Like I was learning about Shabbos, learning about kosher, learning about you name it. I was picking up books wherever I could, reading online, reading books, anything I could find. And I was like I'm not waiting. Like I was desperate. Like I wanted to be Jewish. I was going to learn as fast as I possibly could. So that first Shabbos, I walked into the shul on my block. I was glad that there was a girl who was walking in right in front of me, so I knew how to get to the women's section. Like I didn't have to ask questions for that. I didn't have to look lost at the start. But I was very uncomfortable. Not because it was so much of a culture shock. Like I'd been in so many positions where I had no idea what I was doing. Like I was totally used to that by then. Like I was used to being in situations where I didn't know what I was doing. The problem with this was that I desperately didn't want people to know that I didn't know what I was doing. Like in most situations, I'm okay with saying, look, I don't know. Okay, getting my first job, like I didn't want them to know how much I didn't want to know because I didn't want them to fire me. But most of the time, I'm okay with like saying, hey, I don't know what's going on here. Can you?
Great lesson, maar dat is dan oké te wisten. Maar het bewijst niet alles. Maar het is oké.
Explain.
It doesn't
I didn't wanna-
represent you.
I really didn't want to have to do that.
You
Walking
wanted
into
to fit
shul
in.
first, like I didn't want.
Niet de fitting in. Ze wil zijn dorten. Niet de fitting in. Dus zeg mij is wrong te zeggen. Also.
Want them to realize I wanted to be Jewish. I wanted to be Jewish so bad. I didn't want them to realize, oh, this kid is not like, this kid has no clue what she's doing. Like I wanted to look like I knew something. So I picked up the books off the shelf, but I didn't know what the books were. At that point, like I hadn't gotten my own sitter yet. I didn't know what a sitter was really.
Get your own sitter.
No, I hope you pulled a siddur out.
Yeah, like,
Oh, okay. No, like you accidentally pull out like a Gemara, like and you go down with a Gemara.
no, like I did, like I got the books that everyone else is using.
Got
like,
it. Okay.
Like I was
In
like
de Wabashulin is do kan gemoeders, so she was saved.
I was like furtively glancing around me, trying to figure out what books and where people were in the books. Like even if I didn't understand what was going on, I wanted to at least look like I understood. Like at least fake it, you know. But all my furtive glances weren't doing me much good because everyone was in a different spot in the books.
Right.
Like like they weren't all on the same page. So then I was like I'm so lost. Like I have no idea what I'm doing, and they're gonna see it. They're gonna know. Like there's just no way around it. I walked out without talking to anybody. I was shy. I was embarrassed. And afterwards, I was like, you know what? That was not the most pleasant experience I ever had, but I'm gonna do it again next week. Like I'm trying it again next week. No way am I gonna stop. Like, and it was my own fault. Like it was my fault. I walked in and out without talking to anybody. It was my fault. I was embarrassed to not know what I was doing.
Dim glach responsibility, which I like.
Or it was. I'm saying it wasn't because of anybody else. Like it was me. It was my personality. The next week, someone suggested to me that I go to Young Israel Midwood on Ocean Avenue in L.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, next week I'll go
Ocean
there and see
Avenue
what
and
that's
L.
like. I went. I was a little bit less lost that time, and like I knew more about what was going on. And that time I actually did talk to people. I met the Rebbitzin, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to convert. I don't know anybody. I don't know. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing. Can you help me? Can you tell me who to talk to? And she was like, yeah, sure. Remember my email address. After Shabbos, send me an email and I'll send you the contact information of a rabbi who can help you. So I did. she sent me the information for Rabbi Alman. He's the rabbi at Young Israel Talmud Torah Flatbush. It's on Coney Island between Jay and I.
Definitely is, Brooklyn.
He works with the Rabbinical Council of America, Manhattan Besden for conversions. So he
But den ist rangepusht der iPad, wenn sie gewähnt 2 oder 5. You know what I mean?
called me. He asked me a bunch of questions. And finally he was like, okay, we can help you. I'm going to send you contact information for another rabbi. Text him and he'll be able to help you. Like he'll get in touch with you and he'll be able to help you out. So he sent me the contact information for Rabbi Braun, who's the rabbi at Young Israel Avenue J and 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted him and I was like, hey, I'm 22 years old. I came from Kentucky. I just came to New York. I want to be Jewish. Can you help me? Like, like, and he texted me back and he was like, yeah, sure. Like, welcome to New York and come to my shul next Shabbos and we'll meet and talk. And so I went and
I was most probably
That
on
was-
Avenue
that-
J then as well for my work. Pshee.
it was the beginning of things. He put me in touch with Rabbi Rom, who was the head of my Besden. And between them, like I had help. I found someone who could teach me one-on-one. And I read
When there's
and
a
I read
will,
lot
there's a
myself,
way,
too.
people.
I wanted to learn so bad. Like I got as many one lessons as I could, and I just read like crazy. Anything I could pick up, anything I could find.
If you thought this episode is good, you will be blown away by the next. Come and thank us later. Now back to this week's episode.
And how was adapting into the From community as time went on for you?
I made friends quickly.
That's
like
great.
It happened easily. Like by shul, by other places. I met people like. I don't know. It just happened. I have some really great friends now.
Amazing.
By the end of like my 3rd week in Brooklyn, I knew what it meant to keep Shabbos, and I was keeping Shabbos except for one malacha.
Huh.
And I was
Which malacha did you use? Did you do?
They're like,
I switched up.
switching up.
It was hard for me. Like I hated it.
Doing that malacha?
I hated having to do the malacha.
Right.
Yeah. Like
Because it announced that you're not Jewish at that point?
I never did it in front of anybody else.
No, but I'm saying that doing it is symbolizing that you're not Jewish.
Oh, wenn så så vitin. För de människor med min skämmer. Det var ju en av bästa
It hurt. Like I wanted so badly to be able to keep Shabbos. Just keep it the whole way.
Hold on, which malacha? Give me an example of one of the malachas that you did. Like you do bayrer? Like
I mean, yeah,
Es ist all Litwischer Beurer.
Look,
it was-
pretty.
it was different every week. My personal stipulations was one, I didn't do it where in a way that anyone else could see or know.
Right.
And two, I made sure that I was doing something that I wouldn't necessarily want to do.
Right.
Like
it was very
I
obvious
don't,
to your
or I don't want to do it. Like it's useless to me.
Mhm.
I'm doing it just because I have to.
Right.
Like if it was something that I would actually want to do, like say it would
turn off the light, cause you wanna go to sleep.
benefit me in some way.
Right.
That I would not do.
Right. You'd clearly do a malacha.
Like I do something that I
You'd go out.
Hold
and
on.
No.
Sie richter auf der Gläser via Chassidische Mama.
Turn off the light,
it would
'cause you wanna go to
benefit
sleep.
me in some
Okay.
way.
Right.
That I would not do.
Right. You'd
Ja, ik ga pushen zo.
clearly do a malacha.
Like I do something that I
You'd go out and you'd sow. No, I'm kidding. Like plow and sow. No,
I do something that had no benefit to me whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm just making jokes. Okay.
Because-
I'm saying like very like technical, like farming kind of malachas that
Yeah.
generally people
No,
don't
you
do.
know, people ask me like, wasn't it easier to keep Shabbos because you were like used to being without electricity and whatever? And I'm like, really, it doesn't. Like if you're thinking most of the malachas of Shabbos have to do with electricity, really no. Like yeah, a lot, but for me, you can't write on Shabbos.
Right.
I love to write, so for me, it was different things. Different things are harder
Right.
because of my own personal
Good one,
experience. Okay,
yeah.
maybe electricity wasn't so hard, but there were other things like that I would naturally want to do that you can't do on Shabbos, so I wouldn't do.
Like carrying, you're in Brooklyn.
Carrying,
You can't
yeah.
carry to shul
Right.
anywhere.
Right, you can't. Yeah, no, there's a lot of things that like it's not just electricity. So like totally not.
So you feel, not in a negative way, do you feel it's more restrictions as a Jewish person? Because I believe there are more restrictions maybe it's a different lifestyle. Maybe, a Jewish lifestyle could be more similar to a non-Jewish lifestyle than a Amish lifestyle, but there are more restrictions, I believe. From my little knowledge of Amish, I don't know, maybe there's 13 commandments also.
I would tend to say being Jewish it's so different. It's hard, like people say like people tend to draw the comparisons, which I hear, like it makes sense that they would, looking at it from their perspective. But for me, having seen both sides, it's like, I don't know, like I tend to draw the differences. Like instead of seeing the similarities, I see the differences more. And it's so different. Which is more restrictive? It depends what you call restrictions, I guess.
It's comparing apples and sweet potatoes.
You're right. I guess it depends what you call restrictions. In terms of sheer like halacha, like okay, there's not such a thing in Amish world, but like in terms of obligations, it's definitely hands down being Jewish is more.
Right.
Yeah, probably you can say it's harder to be Jewish than be Amish. I guess you could say it's more restrictive if you want to say it that way.
You definitely want to say it that way because it is.
It's a lot of responsibility being Jewish.
Definitely.
So how long was the converting process?
Hold on. Brooklyn hat reingeschickt a picture. Come on. Die zoeken me die willst die fruits, huh? Die Tutsi fruits. Ooh. She. All right. Back to the video.
Process for you, because I know it's always different.
Yeah, so I came to Brooklyn February of 2024.
It is riveting. It's not the conversation. It's not. I mean, it's not the Shabbos. It's the yoinig that she has, the wanting. Even when she was a goy, she wanted to keep, and she didn't. Such a rare thing.
Meeting, but
it's like a nightlight at night.
The Beis Din, like they.
Sometimes people think they have to be a very big light and shine. No, sometimes just a little nightlight saves your feet from stomping the bed, if you know what I mean.
And me was November 18th. I'll always remember the date of that year, 2024. And then my mikvah date was exactly a month afterwards, December 18th, 2024. So like 9-10 months.
I don't have so much knowledge, but for my little knowledge, because I've interviewed a lot of people who converted, that seems like a faster track than usual.
Yeah,
very fast.
I think it was like I've heard too. Like I've heard other people like, and generally people say like at least a year, oftentimes 2, sometimes 3. Like normally takes longer. I've never heard of anyone else who they let in
quick.
Who they let so short, but I like. Oh no! Like
I think it's very personal. Ask Beis Din, yeah.
Ask Beis Din.
I'll ask him on that episode.
I mean, I wanted it so badly, but they could have, and I learned as fast as I could. But at the end of the day, they could have said no. You have to wait for however much longer. But they didn't.
I think it's a very personalized decision, right? Like not everything is created equal. And again, I don't know the process, but I do know that it's not just the black and white of like, okay, will this person keep alive?
Just vind ik wel wat er gemaakt heeft. In a second. Just vind ik wel.
There's also the fact of like they want to make sure that you don't just become Jewish. Like they want to make.
In andere moestel they nanny one, right? De nanny was gewoon niet. Was sie gewesen nach dem am family, sie gehen family Sachen, sie gehen nach Sachen hoopla. Sie in is gewesen nach dem Jeden. Is sie gewollt sein, also stark Jeden. Nur für den Fact allein.
Anyone who enters also could thrive in just existing. Like last thing they want to do is like, make someone Jewish, and then for whatever reason, like they'll become depressed and not fit in. And
100%, 150%. It's tremendous amount of responsibility. Like it's a whole nother life. It's a whole nother existence. Like you have to really like it. It has to be something that was meant for you to be part of. Like you can't just like it doesn't work. Like you have to have. Basically, you have to have a Jewish soul to be able to.
Shai, that's why I'm not a Rebbe. Damn it, Shia. Till now, I was wondering why I'm not a Rebbe. Now we know.
Be Jewish and it work. Like
sure.
What's his Yiddish nomen? What was her English name and what Jewish name did she take?
And people ask me sometimes like, don't like, isn't it restrictive? Isn't it like all these mitzvahs, like we make things really hard for ourselves. Like, no, like, why did you decide you wanted it? And I'm like, well, you could look at it that way. You could say, okay, it's so much halacha, it's so much law, it's this and that. You gotta keep kosher, you gotta keep Shabbos, blah, 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 blah. And it's so hard, like, why? You could say that. Or you could say, you know what? The creator of the universe
Ooh.
shows us.
Ooh.
And he thought so highly of us
Ooh.
that he gave us his law because he trusted us and he knew that we could keep it. Like, he gave us that responsibility of being partners with him in creation and making the world a better place. Like, it's insane. We are like the responsibility, the honor, the importance of being Jewish. It's like, it's out of this world. Like, you can't.
Just realize, as a Amish Christian guy, wo sie gewähnt, ist auch das. Phew. Wenn Menschen mit Bäcketjes sind lange recklich, mit lange Bearden, scheine Peiers und riesige Stramlich, sollen haben 25%, wo sie hat.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Well said. There's a lot. I want to fast forward to the moment you became Jewish. The day. How did it feel to like finally, like you just
Oh my gosh.
pursued
Brooklyn, email me the pictures.
this, traveled so far, came all this way to do it.
Absolute best day of my life. Like, it, going to the mikvah, coming out, like, I was screaming, I was yelling, I was jumping over, like, I couldn't contain how excited I was. Like, it was literally the best thing that ever happened to me. Like finally, like I was a Jew, and I'd waited so long, and I wanted it so bad, and
Kiwi happy ze is.
and like really, like, I'd come home. Like, it was. I don't even know. Like, there aren't even words. There aren't words to say.
Brooklyn, so okay, ich was the picture.
Like, literally, I was
Is she in Shadichem? I have no
I
idea.
was yelling at the top of my lungs. I was crying. I was laughing. Anything. Like, I couldn't. I was on cloud nine. I was higher than cloud nine. Like, it was so amazing.
It's amazing. And you're actually next week going to Israel for the first time.
Yeah, 4 days. In 4 days, I'm flying to Israel. I keep thinking of what it'll be like the moment
Ooh.
my feet touch the ground. And I know it's Israel. It's the ground that
Just imagine.
Hashem gave to Abraham and Yitzchak and Yaakov. It's the ground that we do Shemitah on. Like, it's the ground like it's home. Like,
The ground that we do Shemitah. Holy.
what's it
Just
going to be
saying.
like to stand on that ground? I've dreamed of it so long. Now it's actually going to happen.
Let it out,
I can't
Sally.
believe that it's actually going to happen next week. Like, I can't believe it. How do you, like, when you want something so bad and you dream about it for so long and you wait for it so long and then it happens, like, how do you even describe the emotions? Oh no.
Yeah, I think you're going to have an amazing time in Israel. You're going to
Oh.
really love it.
Yes.
I have a feeling that you're going to want to stay there forever.
Whew. Talk about hitting someone with a beard.
Make so many more friends and
That's the London's process, and
meet so many awesome families and so many awesome people there.
Well, we'll see, because the deal is I've been really happy in Brooklyn.
Mm.
Like, happier than I ever was in my life before. I've made, like, I have some really good relationships here. Made some really good friends. And it's like it's, I don't know, like, I'll always remember Brooklyn as
Oh, we'll remember Brooklyn.
the place where I came home. Like,
You see Brooklyn?
It's good memories.
See the impact that you have?
Am I gonna want to never come back? I don't think so. Like,
I hear that.
I don't know.
One of the questions I love to ask my guests, and specifically people who converted, is if you could say you have a favorite mitzvah out of the 613, one that means a little more to you, get you a little more excited than the rest, which mitzvah would that be?
Lulav.
Lulav.
Well,
I mean, I love them all. All of them are special. But if there's one that gets me just a little more excited than the rest, it's Lulav.
Why Lulav?
yeah. What?
You know,
Wow, what from left field, Lilaf. All right.
there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of things that are special about that mitzvah. The one that comes to my mind at the moment, like I'm saying, there's a lot of reasons why it means a lot to me, but the one that's at the top of my head right now is, you know, each of the 4 species stands for a different kind of Jew. You know, there's the ones that have Torah learning and good deeds. There's the ones that just have Torah learning, the ones that just have good deeds, the ones that have neither.
Some have neither.
And Hashem
Brooklyn, sie redt zu jedem Undi, nicht zu dir.
wants all of us. Like he wants
alles
every
davon
single
verstehen.
Yid that's out there, no matter what their status is, no matter what they've done, no matter what they haven't done, no matter how long it takes them to realize how much their God never forgot them. Like, Hashem wants us all. And he's bringing us all home, whether we realize it or not.
It's really beautiful. Before we spoke,
CG! I'm in the airport on my flight. Got delayed with 3 hours. And now I have 5 hours. CG. That's the Zach von travel.
there's 2 things you mentioned to me, and I'm not
Brooklyn, the picture is okay as it was?
sure if I know we covered them, but I don't know if I should specifically bring it up. But one is you wanted to mention thank yous.
Yeah. The amount of people who have helped me on this journey, it's too many to mention, but
Yankee. Stop.
I didn't do this myself. Like I didn't my Bezdin, all my shul, like all my friends at Young Israel, my rabbi and Rebbitzin, they're the best in the world.
Nechama? What a cute
Rabbi
name.
Braun, the rabbi of Young Israel, he's still my rabbi, and his family, like, they're awesome. They're great. If it wasn't for them, I would not be here sitting here right now doing this. They're like
Benny
the support
G.
they've given me. It's like,
Hello, welcome.
and like that, and like so many people. Like it's too many to name. The Taub family across the street from me, the Yarmark family down the street from me, like Wayne and Sharon Lack, Sherry Fell.
Colorful shorts. If it sounds fake, then it's the best performance we have ever seen. Kimt zich nog als credit. You see what I'm saying?
Or like all these people, like Getty Berger, the Shevlins, like it's so many. Like I can't.
And by the way, I'm sure after you finish this, you're gonna be like, I should have mentioned another person. So
no, there's like an endless list. Like I can't name.
They should have paused here and put music. Ban, tan, tan, all the thank yous flying through the screen.
Name them all, and people who like they wouldn't necessarily even know. Like, you know, sometimes you're part of someone's life and you don't even realize how big of an impression you made on them.
You hear that? You can be someone's life, and boom, you don't know.
People like they welcomed me. They were kind. They did things that maybe they didn't realize how big of a deal it was to me, but it was a big deal to me. They accepted me. They helped me come home.
They helped me come home.
And really, I want to say, not even just to the people I know who know me, like across the board. If you're a Jew out there,
Ooh.
like we're on some level we're all connected, and I just like we're all part of the same people, and you guys you welcomed me. Like I'm a Jew now because you were kind. You let me come home, and even if you don't know me,
Oh, you let me come home.
even if I don't know you.
Powerful.
Like we're all part of one big family, and I want
Zeg me, hit me de beauty van de roos naar aankijken, you know what I mean?
to say thank you. Like I'll eternally be grateful for that.
It's so kind. I have a few more questions, and I know this interview is longer than usual, but we have an exception when someone was Amish and becomes
Black and white. Hello and welcome. Eerst moet zijn met doen. What's going on?
Jewish, that we have them for longer. If someone wants you to, they want to like hire you to speak or come to a school, yeshiva, a shul, where's the best place that they can reach out to? And by the way, big thanks to Rabbi Erlansky and Aaron Samowitz, who they told me their wives were in Inwood and they heard you speak, and they're like, their wives were so blown away by your speech. So, and I know obviously we said a lot here, but I know it's very different from hearing you speak. So where's the best place that someone could contact you?
She's too good for us, yeah. I only feel that nobody should taint her. Nobody should, ihr wegmachen.
So probably my email address, leaplynechama@gmail.com. It's my last
Nechama.
name, my first name, all lowercase letters.
Can I spell Leapley?
Leapley, and then Nechama, Nechama, gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Okay, great. Yeah, everyone, please don't flood her inbox, because I do think people are going to be reaching out. And obviously, if you enjoyed this interview, you can tell her you did. And I want to ask you, okay, what was your birth name?
Brianna.
So from Brianna to Nechama, how did that choice come up?
People ask me like, what's the connection? Is there a connection? Like, why did you choose your Hebrew name? I didn't choose it because my English name. Like, there's not really a connection there. I chose it because, well, I knew it was a name I was going to live with for the rest of my life. I wanted it to mean something to me, and
What's the meaning?
I felt like, I mean, I knew what Nechama meant. It means comfort, and I felt like, like my
Mastermind. Hello and welcome. I thought I saw you here.
soul was
before.
being
I'm
comforted
sorry.
in a way,
I
on a
apologize.
deeper level than it had ever been comforted before in my life. Like I was coming home. I was
I'm
literally-
coming home.
literally coming home,
I'm
and
coming home.
the sense of relief, the sense of comfort was so deep. I wanted a name that was going to remind me of that for the rest of my life.
You guys are hearing this and hearing this?
Oh, nice. Now, in regards to your parents, you're still in contact with them?
By letter.
By letter. Of course. I mean,
They don't have phones. So.
yeah, so you write them letters and they write you letters. Is that going to get more complicated when you go to Israel, or I guess there's still mail?
So, yes, but no, because Moshe Gottesman, so grateful for this. He made the amazing offer that I could email him my letters. He'd print them out and mail them to them,
Oh, that's so nice.
and they could mail their letters to him, and he'd scan
Garisman. I know that name.
them and send them to me.
That's
Like,
so cool.
Who thinks of that? It's like so thoughtful, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
very nice. That is so sweet.
it's like yeah.
Do you ever like just think about your life and think of where you were and where you are now, and that wild transition?
Penny, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like honestly, it's been a lot of wild transitions, and it keeps going.
Yeah, I mean, you're about to go to Israel.
It keeps
And
going.
then
Yeah,
Hashem, you'll get married and start your family or whatever, but like,
we'll see.
whatever, but it's just crazy transition.
We'll see. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, oh, you know what? Hashem knows what he's doing.
Ooh.
Do I know
I feel like 5 years later, she's like, I don't care anymore. I'm out of here. I don't need anybody. I took buses here. I'll take buses back.
what he's doing? No. That's the short answer, no. I don't know. I'm thankful that he brought me here. And I think the least I can do and the most I can do is trust that he knows where he's taking me next.
Really beautiful. I want to end on this.
I
this
figured,
question.
Yankee, but still not.
And I know I'm going to get flack that I didn't ask you a trillion other like Amish related questions, but we asked a lot. But I want to ask you, for someone watching or listening to this that has a fear of change, like I mean, I think many of us do. We get used to whatever comforts we have in life, even if it's uncomfortable. What advice would you give to someone who's scared to make a change, but a change that maybe will lead to a better life? What advice would you give to them?
Just do
I
it.
would tell them that it's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel like you're so far out of your comfort zone, and you wish you weren't where you were, and you wish you could be, or you felt like things are more normal. It's okay to feel that way. But at the end of the day, you can know that if it's the right thing to do, and Hashem puts you in that position, He's going to give you the strength to make it through. If you have to do it, then you'll be able to do it.
Nechama Leaply, thank you so much for coming and doing this.
Thank you for asking me. It was you who asked.
I'm thankful that you said
Zalman
yes.
Dan Ziegler.
If you got
Hello
this
and
far
welcome.
in this...
Wow. What a crazy episode. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. This was extremely awesome. Ich habe es gegeben mal like. Zalman, how was you there? Zalman Dan Ziegler. 122,000 views. Wow. Jede view kommt sich do. Jede view. Oh, wow. Just zu trachten, als ein Drostendigger, wo es ist reingekommen, wo es hat als ein Love, und als ein Joinik, und als ein Ziel, als ein Ziel. It's just crazy, just crazy. Kann sein, dass sie es Gebäude geworden damit. 8 months from 0 to June. No, Penny, it's not 8 months zeros from 0 to June. Sie hat schon gehabt, als Style. Sie hat schon gehabt, als Geschmack. It's the fight, wo sie ist durchgegangen, wo sie hat viel nicht gewiss, wo die andere Seite ist. I haven't seen someone talk so much from the deepest parts of her heart and soul. Agreed. Agreed. We are not used to this. This has to be a regular situation. She's definitely a beautiful show. In as I will gedaven zan the rest of us, the rest of you guys. And this is true, meaning when sie ist allein in it place, geht sie noch alt sein geht, weil deze was sie will. It doesn't depend on others. It's not dependent on others. What a crazy thing. What a crazy beauty. Not hopefully it is keiner nicht keiner hat es nicht weghagen, First line of greeting Mashiach. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. Alles geht's. Read the room. Thank you. But Chaba Noah, as ihr Mama ist schon gewesen homeschooled, meaning man sei schon homeschooled. It shows such power, such just wow. Hopefully meer Menschen dan zijn wie ihr. But again, we kennen nicht an dezelfde dag. Oder hast es oder nicht. It's like, I don't think but it's something maybe the Jewish people so striven zu sein. Also connected, in Wellen. Crazy. All right, Gevra. That's the end of the review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Because ich habe es definitely freaking enjoyed. Habe gegeben mal like the video. Redden ich von like. Die bist du. Gebe hier den Like-Button. So geht ein langer, riesiger Weg. Alright. Sie kommen der Zeit, wie man darf sich segnen. Immer darf sagen goodbye. Shish kein nicht easy, no matter how many times I try. But I gotta do it. Wir geben mal thanks für jeden, was du gehen eine lange Zeit, eine kurze Zeit. Viele Dinge sind wir jetzt auf andere Tabs gemacht, mit YouTube an der Tab, warum ich meine dir? Ich will geben mal Schkoich für alle Likers, Sharers, Commenters, Subscribers, and especially Members. Für den werden Members, And wenn einer kann ich werden ein Member und ein Subscriber, I appreciate it. Thank Esther! Unsere Schwester, unsere getreue Schwester. How you feeling? So. Zurück ein. See, wie zum Garten. Wir gehen mal schauen für alle Likers, Shares, Commenters, and Subscribers, and especially Members. Wenn einer kann ich an ein Member, En er is al subscriben. I appreciate it. Ik wil geven my special thanks voor... Hold on. Voor Live Unscripted. Voor een schicken a superchat. In Sally voor een schicken a superchat. This is what keeps the channel going. This is the oil, tea, dankar, gas, dankar. Lifts it on tire. Sprinkles it on ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Regent it on shit'em. All that. Hoort it on comb. Ice cream it on ice cream cone. Ken. Housekeeping. Morgen Wednesday, 8:45 in the free live. So we'll see you all tomorrow. What else? Oh, die wil sponsoren een episode. Die wil start ook on the channel. Kan start ook zelf. But a few ways. Kan je een like, sharing en subscribing. En ook kan je weer een member. En als die wil gaan meer, kan je supporten other bara quickpay, viggivibes@gmail.com. Other kan je buy me a coffee /viggivibes. Gewoon een pinned address. En als die wil schicken aan superchat, kan je schicken aan superchat, you know. Ze helpt dat op de channel. The channel needs to be going. Esther took, I feel good, thank you. Whatever you feel so. Yes, definitely. And we're happy that you're feeling great. We're happy that Esther, unsere getreue Schwester, is feeling great. All right, Gevra. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you for giving the opportunity to Canada team. We appreciate it. And until next time, stay kind to one another. Peace.